Fellas, today is Monday, September 8th, 2025. And tonight we're going to jump right into it. We're not going to waste any time. We are going to start programming immediately because we have a mission and we're going to accomplish that mission tonight within the 2 hours that we have to spend together. Unless, of course, I get distracted, in which case we'll probably go. We probably won't finish everything tonight. But how is everybody? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I'm testing my dog. I purposely spoke a little loud to see if I could put the pet cam on. He hasn't moved. He normally doesn't. The audio is on a loop. What do you mean it's on a loop? I'm not sure what you mean it's on a loop. Oh, okay, the dog just left. All right, so much for the dog. Is it echoing? Am I getting feedback? Is it getting echo? Like what's up? I don't understand. It's on a loop. You gotta be more detailed. I have often thought about whether or not I should wear headphones when I do the stream, because I just have two speakers, right? I have a speaker down here and I have a speaker over here, and so when I'm listening to something, I'm hearing the same thing over and over again. I'm so confused. Is anybody else hearing this or is not sure having an aneurysm? Starting soon, text still up. Oh, wait, yeah, I do need to change that. Okay, there we go. I do need to change the text, but I don't understand what it is about the audio. And for the record, I know I have been wearing this shirt quite a lot, but I did wash it over the weekend. I'm just putting that out there. I did wash this shirt over the weekend, so I don't want to hear any comments from anybody. I like this t-shirt, although I probably am going to change my t-shirt. Matthew says that not sure needs to refresh. Lisa says she is not hearing a loop. And Matthew was kind enough to let me know that the text screen was still open. Oh, not sure says I had two tabs open. Well, that would explain why you hear it. And Lisa says washed. Yeah. Well, how do you say it? Do you say washed? Washed? You know, so. Growing up in the Washington, D.C. area, a lot of people in this area will say, oh, yeah, no, I'm from the Washington, D.C. area. My mother is a hardcore Washington, D.C. person. Like, she grew up in Washington, D.C., and she would always wash her dishes before she went to Washington. Like, I purposely eliminated the R from my vocabulary because, like, once I heard it, I hated it. I couldn't stand it once I heard it. Like, I would hear like myself saying wash, and like I couldn't. I had to eliminate it from my vocabulary, so that's what I did. I eliminated it, so now I very purposely say wash. And then I had a girlfriend who would make fun of the way I said on, because like that's how you pronounce that. That's a very kind of Baltimore kind of thing. Like, I got to turn the light on. Yeah, go ahead and turn it on. Oh, is it on? Yeah, it's on, right? So I will purposely, I will often say on as well. Like, oh, you got to turn the light on. You got to turn it on. Like almost like an AHN as opposed to the on, which I guess would be OUGHN. Have you ever seen the video of like trying to teach an Australian how to say no? Have you guys, we're going to watch it right now because I do love that video. Teaching an Australian to say no here, and let me know if the audio is good enough. And here,
how to teach an Australian to say no. Let's begin. Repeat after me. No.
No.
See, and I dated an Australian a long time ago, and this is how she said no. It wasn't no, it was nura. That
is not correct. No, spelled N-O.
No.
Narrow.
No.
No.
That is actually spelled N-A-U-W-R-E-I-G-H. Say no.
No.
No. I'll show you how to teach.
Oh, wait,
how to teach an
I
Australian to
scrolled
say
off of it.
No.
Wow. Everyone else in the world can say no and pronounce it correctly, but Australians are hopeless.
Yeah, they are. And also Australians, they say, and they don't say Tuesday. Like you ask an Australian to say Tuesday, they literally say Tuesday. So, and also because like the same girlfriend, I would always make fun of her because I would always say, "Oh, you always eat tuna on Tuesday," because it's Tuesday, tuna. Not sure says, I need a big titty goth girlfriend. Don't we all? I mean, that is a very attractive woman. Like, I used to be really into goth girls. I mean, not that I'm not anymore, but no, yeah, like I did love me a hot goth girl. No, she's a good look. I forget who this girl's name. I remember looking her up from this short once before. Let me see. Let's see. No. All right. No, we're not going to stalk hot goth girls on the stream. We're not going to do that. We're definitely not going to do that. We're going to stay focused, and we're going to continue our refactor because that's what we were working on, and that's what we're going to do. And trust me, like I really wanted to work on something else tonight. Like I still wanted to work on this project, but I wanted to work on a new system in the project. But we are going to get our inventory system settled, and then we can move on to another new toy. Okay, before we can move on to a new toy, we have to finish this toy. So that is the rule. We have to finish this toy before we can move on to a new toy. Let's just load up. Now, what is it I wanted to do? Tuesday, can confirm. I think the Brits say Tuesday as well. British people say Tuesday like that too because Australia was a British prison. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they do. Like Tuesday. But do you say tuna, Matthew? I'm going to have tuna on Tuesday. Okay, we have some code cleanup we need to do. Let me see where we're at. I don't even remember like what I was working on. I do remember what I was working on. So I hope everybody enjoyed the football game yesterday. I know everybody was watching intently. Okay, these don't do. I was literally getting ready to say these don't do anything, and then it actually did something. Wait a minute, I gotta come back to this. Well, I know store doesn't do anything, but that's interesting that take equip actually works. I don't think take equip actually works. I think it's a coincidence that it works. But maybe not. Okay, let's just do some code cleanup and we'll investigate that in a minute. I think I need to load up item no. Item interaction. Item interactable, I think. Oh, no, definitely not that. Item entity. Okay. So this is what controls the actual interaction. I want to change the hover text functionality a little bit. Actually, I need to remove these exclamation points because I added them there to make sure that I was seeing the correct text. So like, oh, it does work. Look at that. Look at that. When did I add this? 3 months ago. 4 months ago. Actually, working on design of item interactions, May 11th, 2025. Well, look at oh my God. I write code so good it just works without me even trying. It is difficult being this good. Okay. Excuse me. So where do we add the interactions? Is it under pistol item data? No, pistol entity? Is there a pistol interaction maybe? No. Where do we add this? Right? Because it's displaying these interactions, and here is the interactions, but where do I actually... there they are. Okay. So I spent a good deal of time over the weekend trying to figure out like how the item data gets set, and then I remembered how it gets set. So that's just a cool story. That's just a cool story that I thought I'd share with you guys, that like I was struggling to remember how the item data gets set, and then I figured out how it gets set. So I hope you guys like that story. Tuna on Tuesday. Yes. Yeah, Matthew confirms. Thank you, previous self, but also fuck that guy. No. You got to thank your past self guy. But tomorrow guy, fuck that guy. He's an asshole. If I want to get wasted and drink all night tonight, that is my prerogative, and that is tomorrow Addie's problem. Fuck that guy. That guy's an asshole. But to past Addie, that guy is a saint. Thank you for all your hard work to get me where I am today in the now. So that's how you got to look at it. Okay. All right. So we have, so if it's storable and equipable, so those are the two things we can do when the item is, okay. So I mean, we're kind of in a position now where like we have to address the elephant in the room. I was going to make a really bad joke, but I'm not going to. We have to address the elephant in the room, and that is, what are we going to do about inventory? That's a good question. Okay. All right. So, I mean, first of all, inventory could just be a list of item entities that belongs to the player object, right? So let's go. Your background music is too loud. All right, I'll turn it down. Okay. So, let's look at the player object now and see what we have. Equipped item, debug input, player stats. Would it make, no, player stats. It might not make sense. Footstep audio. I guess actually it would make sense. Can I be assigned a task to work on jiggle physics? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Not sure. Here, I'm going to write. Let me add a ticket to the ticket system. An issue. Let's see. Issues. New issue. Add hot goth girl to game. Said goth girl should have big old titties. Said goth girl should have big old titties, lots of tattoos, and say no in a weird way. Actually, people are going to misconstrue that if I and have an Australian accent. All right, perfect. And I'm going to assign this to not sure. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. All right, there you go. You have an assignment now. Not sure. Said goth girl should have big old titties, lots of tattoos, and have an Australian accent. Tig old bitties. Yes. All right. You know, I've never been a guy that, like, how can I put this? I've never been a guy that, like, goes after tiggle bitties, right? Like, if a girl has them, well, it actually depends on them, right? Because, like, you can have different variations, and some of them can be sloppy, some of them can be very nice. It all depends. Honestly, I have always preferred, like, a nice B cup, like a nice solid B to C cup. Like that's always been good. Like the huge ones, like when you get into like H and I's and double J's and stuff like that, it gets to a point of being ridiculous. And like, no, I don't want to be into being, I'm not big into ridiculousness like that. No. I like a nice, neat, put together B C cup. Well, Lisa, I've never seen yours. I've never seen them because you are a proper woman. We never ever exchanged nudes way back in the day. We never did that. Not sure it says big titties sell video games. I mean, that's true. That's true. So I had a yeah, I swear, like, on this stream, like, I'm constantly mentioning different women and whatever. Anyway, so this woman that I kind of had a thing with not too long ago, she had nice ones. They were fake, which I am not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of fake ones, but they were nice. And obviously, you know, like, even if they were fake, they still looked nice, like in a dress, like showing lots of cleavage. They looked nice. And like, she was complaining about money and everything. And, you know, like, we had already ruled out the OnlyFans route, but I said, but she liked playing that game GeoGuessr. Like, she was a big fan of playing GeoGuessr. And I remember telling her that, like, oh, that's copyright music right there. That's copyright music. Let's okay. But I remember telling her, like, if I was like, you should just stream yourself playing GeoGuessr in a low cut shirt. You don't have to show anything. You don't have to do anything. Literally, all you need to do is just sit there playing GeoGuessr in a low cut shirt, and you will make money. Because she was a pretty girl and had nice, tig old bitties. And I was like, you will make money. You do that, you will make money. And she didn't want to do it. Lisa says, I want to feel fake ones so bad. No, you don't. No, you don't. They're imagine the tip of your nose, right? Imagine the tip of your nose as a boob. Like that's what they feel like. They do not, they feel fake. Like they because like real ones are like malleable and squishy, and like they have that beautiful like squishiness to them that makes them really nice. Fake ones don't have it. They simply do not have it. They're very, it's like you could flick a coin off of them. They're so firm, and like it's not good. It's not good. Like I cannot stand. Like my wife was going, because my wife, she's smaller woman, and she was going through a phase where like she was toying with the idea of getting a boob job because she wanted to look good and she thought it would help her look better in dresses. I think she's beautiful regardless, but she's like, there's certain dresses I want to be able to wear. And I was like, no, you will not. No, do not get fake boobs. Do not. Or basically I was like, you can get fake boobs, but I'm not paying for them. Like, I'm not. Like, I know some guys will pay for that because they want their woman to have, like, tig old bitties. But I was like, no, I will not pay for them. I absolutely will not pay for them because I cannot stand the way they feel. I don't even know how to describe it, but they're just hard. And, like, not a good hard, like, in some cases of what we're talking about, like right now in the subject area that we're discussing. They're not good. Like sometimes, like a girl with tig old bitties, she'll like pull you in and like you'll put your head on them and just lay down and like fall asleep. Like, no, no, they're not soft. They're not soft. They're not welcoming. They're not welcoming. Why can I not pronounce that word? Welcoming. Welcome. You know what I'm trying to say. They're not. They're just not. They're actually very unwelcoming. Why can I not say that word? Welcoming. Welcome. Whatever. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we will have a script just called player inventory, which I think makes sense. If it ain't natural, it ain't right. Yeah. Natural is the way to go. Player inventory. Like when women they do like the whole makeup thing, they do the whole like high heel thing. I know Lisa loves high heels, which I can't stand high heels. Like I think high heels look ridiculous. I do. I think they look absolutely ridiculous. But when women do that kind of thing, like when they put on the high heels and the makeup and they make themselves all up, they're not doing that for men. They're doing it for other women. They're doing it to compete with other women, to look look good for other women. It's all, and so that men. I mean, like I guarantee, like every guy in this chat, all three of them. I promise you, every guy in this chat, it would find a woman in sweatpants and a t-shirt and no bra, with flip flops, completely sexy, like with no makeup, like. Done. Happy. Matthew says, I'll be very interested in how you do the inventory system as I just did my own. Okay. Yeah, let's get to it. So how are we going to do the inventory system? That is a good question. So honestly, I mean, I think at the heart of it, we're just going to have a list of item entities. And That's interesting. I read only list. Okay. All right. But I don't. It shouldn't be read only though. Yeah. Items. Get and then. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this return? The getter's not returning a. The getter should be all I need. If I want to do, if I want to call like what is it? Let's see, items add is it? If I want to call add on the public, I should be able to because the get should return a non-const object, so I should be able to do that. Okay, so let's just start here. Okay, player inventory. So now we should be able to drag this. Oh, you know what? Let's get a little fancy. It doesn't even need to be player inventory. It could be character inventory. Doughboy says, Baboonga! Hello, Doughboy. Welcome. All right. So character inventory, because the player is a character, right? So I think, because what I'm getting at is like the NPCs could all have an inventory. Now, that might be overkill, but it might not be, right? It might not be. Let's go with it, you know? It's like when you make like a happy mistake and you know, you never mind. I like my mom, like now all this talk about like hot goth girls and fake boobs, like I have a one-track mind right now. Like I'm just one-track mind. Now if the inventory is generic, this will go out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, let's see. So we have a generic inventory. So on the player system, we can add the character. We can add a character inventory. Okay, easy. And then on the I'm trying to think. Like this is a Unity thing that I'm kind of like a little that I'm taking a pause. Like I was thinking, okay, I'll drag the character inventory to the NPC objects, but I don't think I want to do it that way. I think instead I would have base NPC, and then that would have a inventory object, right? Let's see. So I don't know where I'm overthinking that, but character inventory. I don't know why it's a question mark. It should not be a question mark. It should be this. That's set. It shouldn't be serialized. I guess we can do private. Okay, character inventory. Okay. I mean, I think that's okay. So this gives every NPC an inventory object, and then this also gives the player an inventory object. Okay. 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 All right. I think that's good. All right. So now we're not going to worry about adding, removing anything to NPC inventories just yet, but we're going to keep it in mind. What we are going to do is go back to item entity, and we're going to implement a store method, which pistol item data. No, it was pistol interactions. No, it was an item entity, right? Yes, it was item entity. Okay. All right. I already see an issue. we're going to have some concept of whether or not the item is is in possession, is possessed, whether or not it's possessed, right? Whether something has it, whether something has it in its inventory, in its hand. I guess those are the only two options, but something like that. It's okay. We'll worry about that in a second. Let's look at store. Let's talk about store. Okay. So we have to have a method for store. Why do I keep going back to pistol? No, it's all here. It's all here. Yes, there it is. Okay. Is Lisa still there? Did Lisa leave? I think Lisa left. Okay. Let me see. Come down here. Okay, inventory store. On store. Okay. Now. I'm realizing now I should have abstracted out I should have abstracted out the caller. All right, let's just power forward with this, because like this equipped item control, this is assuming that it is the player that wants to. Yeah, it's assuming that it's the player that wants to store it, right? Maybe that's okay. Okay, again, let's just power forward. Let's just power through. I foresee another refactor in our future, but let's just one refactor at a time. One refactor. Like, oh man, the new toy that I want to play with. So I really want to play with a new toy. I was talking to AI a couple of weeks ago about, and Not Sure is going to love this. I was talking about being able to do like natural language processing and basically training a model. Wait, oh my God, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I have this Apex storage card, but that's for our temporary file storage. But I have these. Okay, so these are GPUs. These actually might fit. These actually might fit in my desktop. Okay, well let me finish my thought. So I was talking to AI about AI, where you could say like, go to point A, or you could say walk to point A, or meet me, or let's see, I don't know, run to point A. How many different ways can you tell somebody to go to point A? Please go to point A. Okay. So basically a way this is all AI. We would train a model and it would have some like natural language processing. So you could feed it input like this, go to point A, walk to point A, and then you get like some type of like JSON response, which would be like action. And then, I don't know, and then the action would be go to. And then it would be parameters. And then I guess maybe an array. And then it would be like, I don't know, point A. But then, of course, you can get more complicated with it. But this is the new toy, because I can envision a dialogue or I can envision functionality where we press a shortcut, and instead of a menu when we're hovering over green guy, instead of getting a menu, you get like basically an edit box where you can type, like I press a button, and here would be like an edit box where I can type in like, go to point A, and then boom, that's it. So anyway, that's the new toy that I want to play with. It would be cool if it did natural language processing. Yeah, we talked about this before. So we could do the natural language processing. And then once we have that working, we could also then add something so that you could like maybe press the space bar or hold M down or whatever it is, so that you could actually speak your command to it. like you talk to the computer. Yeah, like you just talk to the computer, right? So I, at some point you could even like I said, you could actually use your voice to actually do those commands. Anyway, I thought that'd be neat. This game's never getting done. let's just admit it, but that's fine because it gives us a time to spend together. It gives us quality time to spend together. It gives me time to catch up with Lisa. Most of all, most importantly, time to catch up with Lisa. Hardware requirements for RTX 5090. I have an RTX 3070, and then I have these things. Did we ever figure out what these were? I'm gonna have to do an old person thing. Because I can see the text here, but I'm gonna have to take a picture of it because I can't read it. So let me take a picture of it, and we'll figure out what this is, and we'll see if maybe, because I have 2 of these, and I can get more if I need them. Okay, yeah, I gotta take a picture. I can't read it. Okay, so it is model PG179 NVIDIA. So let's look that up. NVIDIA PG179. NVIDIA PG179. I don't know. Okay, so this is a Tensor Core GPU. Yep, that's what I have. I have 2 of these. NVIDIA Tensor Core GPU provides entry-level inference with low power, a small footprint, high performance for NVIDIA at edge, featuring a low-profile PCIe Gen 4 card and low blah 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 blah. What can I do with this thing? Or like literally, like somebody tell me, what can I do with this thing? PGI 179. I have 2 NVIDIA. Did I say PGI or PG? I'm going to go with PG. NVIDIA PG179 GPU cards. What can I do with these things? Okay. The PG GPUs, I can train AI models. That's kind of what I figured. Scientific, molecular, cryptocurrency mining, rendering creative work. Okay, so I mean, I guess these would make training models quicker, faster. How much do these cost? About $150 to $300 per card. Okay, so if I wanted to sell these on Facebook Marketplace, I could charge like $400, it looks like. Not that I would do that. Okay. All right. Okay. But anyway, so that's the next toy that I want to work on, right? Is have natural language processing and then in the game and then blah, blah, blah. Lisa says, why are we catching up with me? Oh, because I love you, Lisa. I love you. Because like Lisa and I, we've never met in person. And at this point in our relationship, we never can meet in person, because if we meet in person, like I feel like we are obligated to consummate the friendship. Like I feel like we might even be legally bound to actually have relations if we meet in person. So we can't meet in person unless we're both single, in which case then we can meet in person. But like if I believe Lisa has a boyfriend and has had a long-term boyfriend, so can't mess with that. So we can't meet. So we can't meet in person, because, like I said, if we meet in person, we have to. Like, we have no choice but to, actually. Like, it's just how it is. Okay. All right. So it's nice to know that I can train UI models with these. So that would actually make UI model training a little quicker. I have 2 of them, so I guess I would assume that I could install them both and run them in parallel. Okay. It'll be 5 years this Saturday. 5 years that you're with your boyfriend? That's awesome. That's really awesome. And that's 5 reasons we can't meet. So, yep. Alrighty. And unless you get his permission. Unless you get his permission, in which case, then, that's fine. I mean, who am I to fault logic, Addie? Yeah, it's true. Like, I mean, Lisa knows this. She's not going to admit it. She might admit it, but she's not going to admit it. Like, if we met, we have no choice. Like, we literally have, it's like a gun would be held to our head. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes, the inventory system. And I was trying to do store. So the thing I don't like about this is that this is being done in the item entity class. And I'm making a big assumption that it is the player that is going to store the item. That's fine for now. Let's just push forward, and then we can kind of figure out how we want to redo it later. Not sure. It says PewDiePie is now a tech streamer. He built an 8 times GPU system. PewDiePie is like wealthy. Like he's super rich. He can do what he wants. Okay. Like this is like that is a really weird thing for me to do. Okay, that's how oh man, that's a huge hack. What a huge hack. I get the player object and then I get a component of the player so that I can actually add. Okay, so that's but this is not as bad as it seems. Because instead of player, it could be generic. No, I think I might be over engineering this. Let's just move forward. Okay. So we have the player object. We actually get it there. Like we have equipped item controller. So, I mean, we could do something very similar. I'm not saying this is a good thing to do, but we could do this, right? We could do private, and then it's going to be called character inventory, but it's going to be, we're just going to call it player inventory. Not layer inventory. Player inventory. Player. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Alrighty. Then we're going to go over here. Easy. Easy. Then we're going to do basically the same thing. Yeah, this is ugly. This is Matthew, close your eyes. This is ugly. This is really ugly. All right, player inventory. Lisa, what are you and the boyfriend going to do for what are you going to do for your anniversary? Character inventory script not found. Make sure the play. Okay. So here we get the player inventory, and then so literally not character entity. Hi, boy. Are you okay? I feel like my dog has been really depressed. Like I don't know why. I just feel like he's been really depressed. Going out to dinner. Okay, that's cool. How old are your kids now, Lisa? I know your boy is he's basically an adult now, and your daughter must be close to an adult as well. Like your daughter must be at 14, 15 at least. Maybe 12. Your daughter is definitely in the double digits. I know that. Okay, so this would literally just let's just see what this does. So this basically looks to make sure the player inventory is not null. It looks at the item data, make sure that's not null. Player inventory. What we want is add. Oh, it's because we're getting this object. So we want to do we want to get items, add. I mean, honestly, we want this. Okay. also, so what we're going to do also is, how do we want to do this? Let me look at the scripts that are on the player. I want to find a debug script. I think we could do debug input manager. I don't know what that is. What is debug input manager? Okay, this is fine. This is just like a random script where like, look for these key entries. So what we'll do is we will do if inputs key code F11 is fine for now. We will simply print the name of all items in the play. Okay, well, wait a minute. Let's get the player. Okay. Wait a minute. Just calm down for a second. Okay. Just chill. Player entity. What the fuck is game entity? Okay. This is all part of the learning process. I think instead of a script, we drag. No, maybe that's fine. Maybe what we do instead is we get the player. We basically, okay. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute to think about this. All right. Just give me a minute. We basically want this. Okay. There we go. Right here. Okay. For each player. Okay. This is literally all I wanted. I just want a key where I can just print the inventory, okay? And then actually we should actually have a debug log player inventory items. Okay, perfect. So let's see how that does. Let's see. Okay. Lisa says 17 and 13. I knew it. She's my height now. Awesome. Do you intend to have item amounts, dictionary, or item per slot? That is a good question, Matthew. I think right now, I haven't thought about it too much, but thinking about it now, I am leaning towards item per slot. So if you had multiple knives, each one, you wouldn't have like a knife and then like a times 5 to say you had 5 knives. I think instead you would just have a knife on 5 different slots. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so wait, let me get the console. Okay, so obviously we have nothing in our inventory right now. And then if we pick this up, okay, we go here, we go E, we go store. It hasn't removed it from the ground yet, but that's fine. And then we have the pistol in our inventory. Okay, so now we have to actually pick it up and remove it from the ground. How do we do that? Because we do that already with when you equip something. So let's see. But unfortunately, yeah, this is where, okay, so it's handled in this equipped item controller, set equipped item. I'm pretty sure set equipped item will kind of, yeah, okay, so it sets the parent, it gets the it moves. Okay, so it actually doesn't. It just moves it. Once paired to the new item position, set the local position rotation to 0 so it matches with the item position transform. Do we want to disable physics while we equip the item? If the item doesn't have physics, we don't need to do anything. I'm not sure. Okay. So I never, So I guess one thing to do is to simply just hide the item. We don't want to destroy it. We just want to, actually, can you even do that? Well, I guess you could disable it, right? I'm not saying that's what we want to do, but let's just see if it works like that. Let me see. Item entity. I want it to be over here. So it would actually be this dot enabled equals false. Oh, okay. Actually, no. I think maybe I want to do this. I think AI had it right. Game object set active equals false. Player inventory, add this. Or maybe I want to add it first and then set. I don't know that it makes a difference, but it feels better to set it to inactive before we add it to the inventory, I think. Okay. But again, like I said, I don't know that it really matters. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it should disappear now when we go here and then store. Okay, so the gun did disappear. That's good to know. Okay, so I think we can check in and we can call it a night. Well, thanks for watching. No. I'm kidding. All right, so let me just check this in though. Item data. Okay, I just deleted some junk. What about item entity? I did add the store. I'm not exactly happy with its implementation, but we did add it. Actually, let me do something. Okay. I want to look for housekeeping items. Okay. Housekeeping for that. Okay, and then we can go here, and then this is okay. So that's that's probably. I hate the fact that I do not like game.unity. Okay, base NPC, perfect. I'm almost leaning towards having the inventory be in the character entity class, but actually I think I will do that. But let's do this. Okay, initial rough, or we'll do rough implementation, rough implementation of storing an item in inventory. You know, I still remember, I don't remember the exact date, but I remember a rough timeline of when I memorized how to spell implementation. And I never really thought of it as a word before this, but it was when I was learning Pascal. And when you write library classes in Pascal, you have to define it's one of those languages where you have to define all your variables ahead of time, like at the beginning of a function or at the beginning of a class. I forget what they call it in Pascal, but basically you have to define all your variables at the top, and then below that, and you have to define your functions, and then below that you can define and then you can actually write the code for the functions. But to kind of mark the separation, I don't remember if there was a keyword for the beginning, for the marking of the variables, but for the marking of the implementation, you had to use the keyword implementation. And that is when I remembered how to spell implementation. And for some reason, pretty much anytime I type the word implementation, I think of that. Pascal sample code. Let's see. Uses const type procedure. Okay, it's going to make me a liar. Function is the word implementation anywhere. Okay, I'm just going to ask. Give me an example of using the keyword Implementation in Pascal. I'm just curious to see. In Pascal, implementation, the keyword implementation is used as a unit to define the actual body of procedures. What did I just say? Okay, so you do have to do interface and then procedure say hello, then implementation procedure say hello. Yeah. Now I spent a lot of good time, a lot of good memories of Pascal. A lot of good memories of Pascal back in the day. I had a program. I already talked about this. I'm not about. Yeah. No. Don't get distracted, Addie. Just move forward. Move forward. Okay. So, since we have that, now the tricky part. And Matthew, this is where Matthew's experience will come in handy. For an initial implementation, I simply envision a list box. And I specifically want a list box because I want it to be scrollable. I want a scrollable list box that will just list all the items in the inventory, and then I can scroll through them as needed. So, is there any type of is there a control that I can use for the list box? Let's look it up. While I'm waiting for Matthew's response, let's see what Google and Grok says. Okay, well, let me start a new conversation with Grok. Okay. I have a Unity project and I need to display a list of inventory items. It can be very basic to begin with. So is there a control that I can use, like a list box, that will let me add items and remove items and scroll and select? Matthew says, you copy in my inventory system. List box sounds perfect for this. Not sure says, just fake it like Apple Timer app. Faking a list box is not a simple endeavor. Not sure. It's not. It's list box. It's interesting because like the littlest things can actually be very complicated. A list box, like the whole like scrolling mechanic, like that can actually get very complicated very quickly. Okay, in Unity there isn't a direct equivalent to a traditional UI list. My wife's calling me. Hey baby, I'm streaming. Let me call you back when I'm done, all right? Okay. You want to say hi? Say hi. Oh, she hung up. All right. Okay, but you can achieve this functionality using Unity's UI system, specifically with a scroll view combined with UI elements like buttons or text. The scroll view is the most suitable control for displaying a scrollable list of items, blah, blah, blah. Why a scroll view? I don't care why a scroll view. A circular buffer? No, a circular buffer doesn't make sense here. I mean, unless you want to like support infinite scrolling. Create a scroll view. Configure the scroll view. Okay, so let me try to remember how to do this. Okay. All right. Just calm down for a minute, okay? Just calm down. Okay. Okay. I'm going to create an empty, and I'm going to call this inventory window or inventory UI. Let's just stick with that. And then this is saying do right click and select UI scroll view. Right click UI. Okay. Oh, okay. That looks pretty easy. Okay. Inventory items. I'm going to put the pet cam on. I'll be right back. a minute. Oh. What the hell? Well, that's weird. Okay, I have no idea why that camera's not working. That's really weird. Okay, never mind. All right, we'll abort that idea. Okay, Matthew, so how you do it, a prefab that will handle an item with an icon. You can iterate through the inventory items, spawn an instance of each, pass an item data, and have the spawn item load the icon. You can use a grid view within a scroll view and have it totally flex or set. Well, that sounds complicated. This is getting complicated quickly. I'm already stressed out. But let's just we'll take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Okay, but I like that there's a scroll view. I didn't even realize there was a scroll view. Okay. Oh, I'm in game display. Okay. So, okay, easy. All right. Probably what's going to happen is I'm just going to implement a basic run-of-the-mill, and then later we will fix it up, or later I'll ask Matthew to make it pretty. Okay, let me see. Why isn't it growing? Okay, can I move it? No, I can't even move it. Okay. I had the wrong thing selected. That's what it is. So I'm supposed to go back to Bolivia in about 6 weeks? No. 5 weeks? In about 5 weeks, I'm supposed to go back to Bolivia. I'm debating it. Like, part of me, like, doesn't want to, but I don't know. We'll see. Press 2D at the top right. Press 2D at the top right of the scene view to work with the UI better. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look, I didn't know. Oh. Okay, so if I run it, I should see the scroll view. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it would be like that. Okay, so my dog's driving me nuts. He gives me anxiety. He gives me too much anxiety because I keep thinking that, like, oh, he's sad, he's depressed, and then he'll, like, if I give him like an ounce of attention, he'll just stare at me intently, just. Like, and I'm like, what do you want? And, like, I think he wants to go on a walk. So I take him on a walk, and then he'll piss, and then, like, he'll immediately want to go back. And I'm like, I could have let you in the backyard to piss. I don't know. I got to get out of here, man. I'm going nuts. Okay. We don't want to use scale for this. Use the rect transform width and height. All right. Yeah, you're probably right. What do you know, Matthew? But he's just giving me anxiety, and it's just, I don't know. What, my wife will get back, and that'll be nice because then he will have her to bother. But then that gives me more anxiety because it's like, okay, my wife is very good at not catering to my dog's every whim, right? And she'll ignore him, and he knows that she will ignore him. So he will therefore come to me, who he knows he can manipulate and guilt into letting him outside or paying attention to him. And I'm like, what? And my wife is just like, just ignore him. And I'm like, I can't just ignore him. Like, I got to get out of here. Okay. All right. So we have this scroll. We have this scroll item, this scroll view. How do we add items to list is empty. Oh. Okay, well, wait a minute. Oh. Oh, so we could just like create buttons or something. I mean, I'm not saying we would want to use buttons, but we could. Let me see. Oh. Oh, yeah. Let me look at that. I just want to look at it. Matthew says, most chill dog ever. I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know where my knife is. Why isn't my knife showing up? So let's see. This is runtime only. Okay, I mean, oh, okay, I see. So we could actually have it editor and runtime. Game object. I'm not sure what. Oh, is this the function it calls? I guess so. On value changed will call something when the scroll view itself updates. Don't use that. We need to add programmatically. Yeah, I figured, but I still wanted to try and get something to show in the scroll view. Okay, let's just talk programmatically then. Okay. So, I guess we could do this in the that's where character inventory and player inventory. That's why. Okay. I got an idea. We're going to comment this out for now, and then this is going to get messy quickly, but this is not the final implementation. This is a learning exercise. Like I'm very self-conscious right now because I want to impress Lisa, but it's I'm still learning. So yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. You could just add a UI image or something to play with the settings. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is right now assuming there's only one of these, and that's on the player inventory. So what we can do in that case is we could just do this dot game object, I guess. Game object set active, and then how do I get whether or not it's active? Not this game object active self. Okay. And at that point, if not this game object, okay, then we return. Okay, perfect. Now, okay. It's coming back to me. So we would actually want to have a serialized field of the scroll view, right? I want to get AI to do it for me. Okay, perfect. Is it a game object? Okay, that's good enough. We don't even need the public object right now. Okay, so that'll be set. Start. I don't no. Okay, initially hide the scroll view. Yes. I don't want to return. I don't want to just log an error. I want to throw an error, motherfucker. I want to be like, no, this is an error. Okay. Okay, we don't need the return there. Okay, easy. Okay, so we return scroll view. This is all very basic. So scroll view set active. Actually, I probably want scroll view. Yeah, scroll view. Scroll view dot game object set active, and then I want scroll view, not this. Right? I want it like that, and then I want that. Okay, easy. Okay, this should just disappear. This should just make sure the scroll view appears and reappears. Let's just make sure that works. Easy enough. Easy peasy. can I throw errors, like throw them in a circle? For some reason, when I read that, Lisa, I was imagining like axe throwing. I was imagining you at an axe throwing place throwing axes. You ever been axe throwing? Oh, I didn't assign it. That's why it's not working. Okay, so if we go to the player object right here, scroll view. This was the scroll view, I believe. Yeah, for some reason, I just picture Lisa throwing axes. You ever been axe throwing? There's actually an axe throwing place not that far from me. Oh, well, that looks like a bug. What's the problem there? That's the problem. This should be inside of the. This should be inside of the key detection. Yeah, there's an axe view in place not that far from my house, and I went there once for like a work thing like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was oddly good at it. Like I was really good. Like I kicked everybody's ass. Like I was it was like me and this, and it was kind of funny because it was like it came down to like me and this really tiny kind of cute Indian girl that I used to work with, and like her and I, like for whatever reason, were like really good at it. Not sure says, Lisa says no, but I'd love to. I did fake axe throwing at Dave and Buster's once. How do they do fake axe throwing? Not sure says, I used to go to Autobahn all the time when it opened. Is that an axe throwing place? No, I was thinking legitimately, like while I was reading those messages, I was wondering, like, are axe throwing places even allowed in England? Because I know that they just recently outlawed, like, was it swords? Like something, like they recently just outlawed something in England, something like knife related. So it makes me wonder, is an axe throwing place even a thing in England? Let's see. Are there any axe throwing places in England? Axe throwing, yes, there are many axe throwing venues across England. Okay, I mean, I guess with regulation and everything, it's fine. Lisa says fake axe throwing, like an arcade type game. Oh, not sure says, I also did fake axe throwing at Dave and Buster's. Matthew says, yeah, we have them. Usually things like that have to be licensed and controlled environment. Not sure says, you throw an axe into a pegboard. No, I had fun axe throwing. Actually, I should do that again someday. I should. It's literally like a mile away from my house. All right, I think I fixed this though. Okay. England is being turned into an insane asylum. No sharp objects allowed. No, you be nice. Matthew is a valued member of this stream, so you speak nicely of him. You will not disparage the Queen. Okay, let me see. We go here. Okay, so that's basic enough. Okay, perfect. So I mean, and there's other things like we got to make sure that the cursor disappears and all of that. Okay, however, how do we want? Okay, so how do I add item? Okay, wait. I think the AI gave me sample code. Let me see. Create the scroll view. Configure the scroll view. We'll configure it later. Create an item template. Create a UI element to represent a single inventory. A button, a panel, a text, a child. Right click. Okay, so that's easy. So let's see. Scripted manage inventory list. Okay, so I like what this is doing. Excuse me. England says it's a king now. I know. I was being cheeky, as you Brits say. Oh dear. Oh, it is a king now. You will not disparage the good name of the King of England. Let me put on my wig before I sentence you to death. All right. So this is actually pretty... There's probably a lot of this we can use. The only thing I don't like is the prefab object. I'm trying to figure out where it was. Let's just do this. If we just copy it into a text editor, it's a little easier to consume like that. You will not disparage the good name of thy king. I think my English accent's pretty good. I think it is. I always love asking people to do an American accent. I love it. You get interesting results when you ask foreigners who have an accent to do an American accent. You'll get some funny results. I wanted to look this up. People faking an American accent. Let's see what we got here. Matthew says he'll be right back.
Am I about to put my career on the line is the question.
I'm going to turn the volume up on this so we can listen.
You're the real person.
So I guess this is a video where somebody is faking an American accent and we have to figure out who. Let's see if we can do this. Hollywood dialect coach figures out who is faking an American accent.
My name is Jack Wallace, and I'm a dialect coach here in Los Angeles. Today, we're going to try and figure out
If you guys can't hear it, let me know.
Who has a real American accent and who is faking it. One of the things that can happen when you're doing an accent is that it's terrifying. And so...
It's not terrifying. This guy's a redhead. I automatically don't like this video.
Kind of
Not a big fan.
And how thrown they are by my questions.
Okay, just by first impressions. I feel like if I was naming the streams, like if I named the streams after the fact, I feel like tonight's would be Hot Goth Girl, like the night of the Hot Goth Girl.
If I had to make a wild guess, I'd be down to 2 out of 5 right now.
Yeah, if I had to guess who is not the actual, just by looking, I would say either the guy, because you got the guy in the left, right? Like the kind of heavyset guy with the black T-shirt. Like he looks like Mexican or something, but that literally means nothing in America. Like he could be Mexican, but he could be first generation Mexican. Like it means nothing, right? So you can't really go too much off looks. I'm looking at how they're dressed, and just looking at it, I kind of want to go with the girl in the pink jacket as the one who's faking the accent. That's my initial guess going in blind. Who's faking the American accent? But we'll see.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Teddy, and this is my natural accent.
Oh. That immediately that didn't even sound right. Let's hear that again.
Hi, my name is Teddy, and this is my natural accent.
And this is my natural accent. I guess that's okay.
Hi, my name's Elise, and this is my natural accent.
She sounded like she had a bit of an English accent. Like, listen to that again.
Hi, my name's Elise, and this is my natural accent.
My natural accent.
Hi, my name's Nadia, and this is my natural accent.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and this is my natural accent.
Rachel, I think she's definitely American. That sounds like a very legit American accent.
Hi, my name is Blake, and this is my natural accent.
I think he's natural American too. I'm thinking it's the girl. Oh man, it's one of the first 3, but let's keep going.
One of the things that happens when we talk in an accent that isn't our own is that we kind of have this imposter syndrome feeling. And then some people might just not like to be on camera. So have
you asked each person a question?
Hi, Teddy.
Hi.
Can you tell me about your favorite subject in school?
It would have to be history, just being able to kind of backtrack time and how it all led to present time.
Yeah, he sounds like he's faking it.
How's it going?
Good.
Can you tell me
Good.
about your hometown?
This is it.
LA. Mm-hmm. Excellent. What do you like most about LA?
The people here are really weird.
Okay, the guy in the middle of the screen, the black t-shirt guy, he's my number one guess. I think the girl in the pink jacket, she's kind of got me convinced that she's American.
Hey, Maddie.
Lisa says I think it's the girl in the middle or it's Rachel. Okay, so the girl in the middle is the one that's getting ready to speak. Who's Rachel? Is Rachel the pink jacket girl?
Can you please tell me
She's cute too.
about your hometown?
Yeah, I'm from Iowa, Cedar Falls, small town.
Excellent. And what's the best thing about Iowa?
The sunsets.
Saying the sunsets are the best things about Iowa, that's got me a little suspicious. Let's keep going.
Hi.
Hi there. How's it going?
Good.
Can you tell me about your favorite subject in school?
I would say math because I like to add.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
So you're thinking it's the goth girl that's fake, Lisa. Okay, the Rachel is the goth mommy in third.
Thing that you add together?
1 and 2.
What's it get?
3.
You should do math more often.
Thank you.
I think that's a legit American accent.
Hello, sir.
How's it going?
Can you please tell me about your hometown?
That how you going? That was very American. Like he slurred the words together. I mean, slurring your words together in an accent is difficult.
I'm from a little town in Texas called Fulshear, less than 1,000 people.
So,
Although less than 1,000 people.
good old Teddy here. He seems pretty calm, pretty relaxed. It feels like when he talks, it's the way he would normally talk. At the moment, I think he's in the clear. Now, Elise is very hesitant to talk, almost like she has to plan what she's about to say. But when she does speak, it seems to have American features. The jury's still out on Elise. Nadia was also one of the people that was quite nervous when she came in, but then when she was telling me about Iowa, it's a very specific place to choose. So either that's a good strategy or she's actually from there.
I think the middle girl, I think she's the hottest girl. She's hotter than the goth girl, although I like the goth girl's tattoos.
Remind me of your name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Rachel does math. Very confident, which is going against
I didn't like Rachel's answer about math,
all
though.
the things that I've said I'm looking out for.
Like math, like when you get to a certain level of mathematics, like you pretty much stop seeing numbers. Math, like people often confuse math and arithmetic. Like people would be like, "Oh, you're good at math. What's 35 times 17?" Like that's arithmetic. Like I don't know. I can't do arithmetic in my head like that. But so math is not about adding numbers. That is what arithmetic is. Mathematics is different than that. They're related, but they're different.
Cool. And then break on the end. If you're going to go for an American accent, sometimes people go to the South first because they're like, oh, I could disguise this better. Am I about to put my career on the line?
What 3 would you eliminate? Ooh, I would. Okay, so as pure, like as definite Americans, I would eliminate the guy in the white T-shirt. I would eliminate the goth girl, and I would eliminate the girl in the middle. I think that those 3 are definitely American.
I would get rid of the men.
Yep,
I would say.
I said that too. Goodbye. Oh, the men. Oh, he said, but ooh, I don't know if that was a good decision. I think Teddy. Oh, okay.
How you feeling about these things? Any of these things you'd eliminate?
Nadia's an enigma to me right now. If I were to get rid of one of the people, I would like to get rid of Nadia, but I think she's playing a good game. So,
No, get rid of the goth girl. I think the goth girl.
Are you nodding at me because you want me to get rid of you because you're the real person? You sure? Yeah, okay. We're going to eliminate Nadia.
I
So
think
right
it's
now I'm trying
pink
to think
jacket
of a
girl.
word that would trip up somebody that was not American.
Squirrel.
And as I'm British, I'm already going to say it differently from how
Squirrel.
an American would say it. The
Squirrel is a good word. Squirrel.
words that I would like these people to say are going to be horror story.
Horror story.
Oh,
Horror story.
Oh, did you hear that? Oh, pink jacket. Oh, it.
Horror story.
Horror story. She said it like an Australian. Like, that sounds like an Australian. Oh,
Excellent.
she knows
I
she gave it
would
away.
Hedge my bets that it might be Elise.
No. I'm American. Yeah, I'm actually Australian.
Aha.
I got that. I was right just by looking at them. Just by looking at
She
them.
was the most reluctant to speak, but also before you say the letter R in American, it changes the way you say the vowel before it. But that doesn't happen in British and Australian accents. We would say horror, but the R clings onto it.
Nobody says horror. Horror story. Horror story. Horror story. Like, at some point you start to say horror story.
In American, it becomes
No, not going to make the joke. I was going to make a joke.
yeah, with a little less R on the end.
Yep, I'm never.
Yeah, no, when she said horror story, that definitely gave it away. Let's
She was the most
hear it again.
excellent. What these people to say are going to be story.
Horror story.
Horror story.
Horror story. Nar. Okay, perfect. All right, well, we got that. Yeah. Let me turn the music down a little bit. All right, we'll get back to programming. I think Matthew's gone. He left us forever. Okay. All right. So, okay, where is the prefab? Where is this item prefab used? Okay, instantiate. Oh. Control panel. But what is the what is the prefab the AI is telling me to use? Like, or like what? Attach the script. Assign the content object, blah, blah, blah. Assign the item template, button or panel you created. Excuse me. I'm trying to understand how the UI attaches text. I mean, I guess it's a matter of the prefab I would create, right? So I could, let's see. No, do not start this. Go lay down. He's starting that shit where he's coming and he's looking at me, where he's just staring at me, and it makes me feel so guilty. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. Addie, this music is going to put me to sleep. All right, let me find something else just for Lisa. Let me find something else. Just for Lisa. What can we find? He knows I'm pissed at him. Good. I want him to know I'm pissed at him. Okay, so let's see. I got to remember how to do a prefab. So what we could do is we could just do add, and we're just going to do a button, just a simple button, but I don't even remember how to do that. Okay, button text mesh pro. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. UI button text mesh pro. Okay, perfect. So that is my prefab. Okay. Now, I think what I can do is I can just drag, if I remember, oh, no, not that. I think I can just drag it. I thought I could. Oh, wait, maybe this is a drag it. Okay, perfect. So I can change this name to inventory item prefab. Okay. All right. So let's follow the model that the AI came up with the refresh inventory. So we'll do that. Easy. Lisa says, can I make a song request? You can, but I can't promise you I'm going to play it. Especially, you got to think about copyright too. So don't forget about copyright. Item objects is item. Okay, so these are the instantiated items. Okay. We missed you, Matthew. You missed it, Matthew. We watched the video where we had to guess who was faking an American accent, and I guessed correctly without on pure visualization. I was like, she is the faker. Boom. That's how good I am. Okay, instantiate new UI items. So inventory items. This is just going to be items. So it would actually be item entity. So we'll just do var. Instantiate content panel. I guess that is the... Would content panel be the... reference to the content object in scroll view. Is that the scroll view itself? What does AI say? Assign the content object from scroll view viewport content. Oh. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to end up copying most of this, so I might as well just... Text Mesh Pro GUI. Where's Text Mesh Pro GUI defined? And it's defined. Okay, right here. Item name. And this would actually be, let's see this. So it's item entity, item data. So it would actually be item data. I'm just going to assume it's not null. Item name. I think that's part of, let me look, item data. Yes, item name. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then new item get component button. But we want to use the text mesh button. I'm pretty sure I used button somewhere else. Oh, I think it's just here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We don't have to deal with that for now. Okay. So this exists on the player object, and I need to drag some things over to it. So we need to look at the player object. I can delete this because we just used this to make the prefab. Okay, delete. What? Delete, motherfucker. Delete! Okay, yeah, just delete. Delete. Okay. Now, I got distracted. I was thinking about something. Okay. Okay, so content. Okay, so this is this here, and then the item prefab is this there. Okay. So why don't we go ahead let's do this. Let's just create some test. Let's just create some dummy data. Item entity. Item entity. I1. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to create. Oh wait, is it a mono behavior? It might be. All right, I guess we'll just do it. Let's see if this compiles. I've got a really, for some reason, I want to use the word gnarly. I don't know why. That's the word that comes to mind, but I've got a really gnarly cut on my knee. And I got it about a week ago, and it has started to dry or heal. And so it started to scab over. So, of course, I do what any red-blooded American would do. I start to pick at it because that's what I've done all my life. And now it's hurting because I picked at it too much. That kind of information is why you watch my stream. That is why we share this time together. Okay, so if I store it, okay, it did not work. I also don't know how to scroll, but it did not work. Okay, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it is a process. Let's set a breakpoint. Oh, you know why it didn't work? I never call refresh inventory. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. Okay, where would I want to call that? Wait a minute. What did the AI say about using this? Okay. Test the image or attach the script. Create a new script called unit. Okay, attach the script. Attach the script to the scroll view game object or another game object in the scene. In the inspector, assign, ensure the item template is disabled in the hierarchy menu. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to understand how this works. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, it is constantly calling refresh inventory when you add or remove an item, which makes sense. And then it is just a matter of making the inventory visible or not visible. Okay, so that makes sense. So why don't we do this? Let's like take a cue from what the AI is doing, right? So we'll just do this. I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to do var. Actually, I'll do item entity. That's fine. Item entity, item, and then item. Okay. Refresh inventory. And so then it is a matter of making it visible or not. But wait, I never make it visible. I'm so confused. Oh, what? Okay. I think what I need to do though is scroll view. Scroll view inventory items, which is that. Viewport content horizontal. Refresh inventory. Let's just try this. Let's see what happens with this. Okay, compiler errors. What do we have here? Character inventory does not contain definition for items. Okay, no, that's done on purpose, because what we want to do is we want to use what was it? Was it add item? Yes, add item. We want to use add item. Okay, this should be good. Is this better, Lisa? Is this keeping you up? Is this still putting you to sleep, Lisa? I swear, women are never happy. They're never happy. All right, let's see. Come over here. Easy. Store. Okay. I mean, I see it there. Okay, let's see. What's going on here? Add item. Add item. Refresh inventory. All right, Lisa says she's fallen asleep. Okay. All right. Oh, what happened here? Okay. It's spawned. Now we need to add a grid view to organize it into position. Oh, do we? I'm so confused. But the AI doesn't say anything about a grid view, Matthew. It does talk about a rect transform. See, I don't actually like to like all this crap. I don't like to read all of this. Like I just look through. I look through the highlights. I have been doing this all my life, like just kind of like scanning and looking at the highlights and then taking things from there. Sometimes it has caused me issues, but for the most part, I have gotten where I am in life by doing that. So I am 50 years old now. I have entered into a new decade of my life. I was getting ready to say the last decade of my life. Please no. I hope it's not the last decade of my life. But I have entered into a new decade of my life. And at this point, expecting me to change? No, I don't think so. But honestly, that's good. You know, I remember talking to this girl, again, another girl that I kind of had. I feel like I just talk about like exes all the time on this channel, but I remember talking to. She was a younger woman and she liked older guys. This was like 15, 20 years ago. So calm down. Actually, I think I met her. I met her probably in like 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. No, it was 2008. It was 2008. So it was almost 20 years ago. Anyway, and we remained friends. But I remember talking to her about like she eventually married an older guy, and he was older than me, and she was young. Like when I met her, she was like 19 and I was like 31. But she ended up marrying a guy that was older than me. And I remember talking to her, and she was like, yeah, you know, the thing I like about older guys is that they're set in their ways and they know what they want. Like they know themselves, they're set in they know what they like, they know what they don't like. So that's what she was saying that she liked about older guys. And so anyway, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, like I could sit here and read every single line of this, but who has time for that? I'm not going to do that. Matthew says, yeah, I prefer highlights. A deep read isn't always beneficial and it's time consuming. Absolutely. Absolutely. I work with a guy who reads every goddamn letter of everything. And I'm just like, now, granted, there have been times like I was a little, so this happened at work like a week or two ago. So we had a bunch of reorgs at work, right? Like, and by reorgs, I mean layoffs. Now, I'm a big fish in a small pond in my work situation, which, do you want to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? Like, both of them have their advantages and disadvantages. Ideally, you would be a big fish in a big pond, but we don't live in an ideal world. Anyway, so I have access to all these repos, right? All these repos at work, and for code that I know nothing about, like Java code or like JavaScript code. Like I mean, I could read it, but I don't know how it works or anything like that. So anyway, somebody, the person I was talking to that reads every goddamn line, there was a URL, an internal URL that had changed. And he updated something in a repo that he didn't have access to. He just had access to do a pull request, and I had access to merge it. And so I was looking at it, and I was trying to see if... so I looked at his and I see that he changed the URL. And so in GitHub, you know how at the bottom it'll say like, so many tests are run and they've all passed or they all failed or whatever. And so I'm looking at that line, and it's like, it says like the tests are running or they're in progress or whatever it says. And but we've also recently gone through all these network changes and all these other changes. And so I was like, do the functional tests or do the tests triggered by this PR? Do we know if they are capable of successfully running? And what I was getting at was, if we get an error, do we know if it's an error because the code was actually bad, there was actually a problem with the code, or do we know maybe it's an error with just the environment, right? Because we've had all these environmental changes. And so this is being discussed in a public on one of our quote unquote public Teams channels. And so I asked that question. And then he tells me I updated the README file. I'm like, okay. Okay. I guess I can merge that. I guess I can merge that. So that is an example of where reading the details actually would have been beneficial for me. For like paying attention to the details and reading the details actually probably would have been a good thing. So I was a little embarrassed by that, but whatever. It happens. It happens that we all make mistakes. What is this that Not Sure sent me? Oh, geez. What is this? The Jiggle Gin Blender add-on. Oh, it's jiggling.
It generates a proxy mesh, binds a target mesh to it.
Oh, it's jiggling.
It uses Knopf modifiers to simulate jiggling tissue. But not only for one mesh. It does it for a whole
All right,
character.
I gotta stop. I haven't seen my wife in a while, so I need to just, I need to stop. Okay, so back to this. So Matthew is saying we need to add a grid view, but why do we need to add a grid view to a scroll view? And I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not sure why this is. I mean, what I have, it makes sense. Though maybe it doesn't make sense. It's literally, I'm not even adding anything. Content panel is the parent. So I'm adding a game object to the content panel. Matthew says scroll view doesn't automatically handle positioning of content items. Really? What? Stupid. Unity scroll view example. Using a scroll view in Unity UI. Inventory scroll view. Hey, look at that.
Hey guys, it's Matt. Welcome to Speed Tutor, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use scroll views or scroll recs to be able to control content that you have inside them, and then you'll be able to understand how to use it. Anything that you can change these yourself, but I will show you how to disable this with just different sprites. We want to place them inside our scroll rec and be able to use them and control them.
Wait, is there? I don't even want to listen to this. Did you put? Is this code in GitHub somewhere? Okay, you've got 1,000 links, but no link to the goddamn code.
So if you make sure you open up your add a new component, I want to create a grid layout group.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe Matthew was right this time. Okay, so we have to put a grid view in the content view.
Cell size of 200 by 200. I'm going to set the cell spacing here, but to do the project and the things around, so that you want to make sure that your actual content have to know with more content. So
I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Okay, wait. I'm just going to look at this. Okay. Oh, all right. You know what? We've got 15 minutes left, and I do not think we have. I do not think we can do this in 15 minutes. Mainly because I'm impatient.
Let's say if I added more objects at runtime, now you can see that my content size fitter fits it perfect to create a grid layout group. Now with the grid layout group specified...
Wait. Let's back up.
Whatever's inside this will actually be masked and it'll never go out over the edge and we'll never be able to see it. And we've got content that we want to show inside this box. And also you can see on my canvas, I've got a whole bunch of sprites that I've created, images with just different sprites. We want to place them inside our scroll rec and be able to use them and control them. So if you make sure you open up your scroll rec again, go to content, and make sure you grab all of the items or the images that you want to go in there, drag them inside the content panel, and you don't see anything because they're all masked off around the edge. Unless they're very much in the center.
Right.
So on my content, I want to add a new component. I want to create a grid layout group.
Okay. Wait, that's not too terrible. So we do add component, and then we do grid layout group. Was it grid or grid layout group? What was it? Let's see.
Layout group specify component. I want to create a grid layout group.
Okay, now, grid layout group. Perfect. Grid layout group. Perfect. Okay. Does it work now? Let's just see. I mean, why not? Let's just see. Hey! Hey, it kind of works. I mean, it looks terrible, and we need to, there's a bunch of shit we still need to do, but it kind of works, right? That's pretty okay. All right. You win this round, Matthew. You win this round. Yeah, I'll give you this one, but don't think you're off the hook. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I'm getting at. Let's check this in. So what do we have here? We have a character inventory, which looks terrible. Oh my God. This is like I'm kind of becoming ashamed of this project and how bad it is, but that's okay. It's okay. Legitimately, I'm becoming a little ashamed of it. But we need to think about we need to think about how to have an inventory system that works for. I'm trying to think, I guess there's nothing wrong with thinking about it in a way where I could display an NPC's inventory. That could even be one of the options, one of the interaction options, view inventory, right? So we need to think about separating the UI from the inventory itself so that basically we could have a UI handler and say, hey, UI, here's, and then pass it the data that we wanted to display and manipulate. We would not only have to pass it like the inventory, we would have to pass it like the owner of the inventory, right? Because if we want to say like equip this item, like who's equipping it? The player's equipping it, or the NPC's going to equip it? Or also like give and take or things like that. So we need to be able to separate the actual data from the UI, which isn't that, I don't think that's a big deal. It's not a big deal. We just need to do it. We would need to know the data. We would need to know the data elements and the parent essentially of those data elements. And that's probably about it, really. Yeah, I don't think that's a big deal. We can kind of work on that tomorrow, because I will be back tomorrow. I think I can get rid of this. I don't need this. I can discard file changes. Item prefab. Okay. Working on an inventory system. No, we're actually making progress, though. I mean, slow but sure, but that's how we do it here, slow and steady. We like to take our time here. Lisa knows what I'm talking about. No, she really doesn't. She doesn't. All right. Okay. Is there anything else I would like to share with you guys before we go for the evening? Let's see. Like, what have we learned tonight? What have we learned? We learned we learned about goth girls. We learned that goth girls are really cute. We learned that fake boobs do not feel nice. They're very unpleasant. And we learned about how dumb the Australian accent is, but not the British accent. The British accent is very, very. I got nothing. It's very fancy. It's very, very, very prestigious. Very prestigious. Not sure says, I say we're going to finish the game by 2030. I think you're being overly optimistic. I'm honestly, I gotta tell you something. Like, I hope. I'm thinking. Here, let me get out Microsoft Paint. I was getting ready to do power down. No, Paint. See, I'm hoping that what's happening is if you have over here on the left hand side you have progress, and then on the bottom you have time. That I'm hoping the curve is going to look something like this. It's going to just slowly, but then exponentially just get faster, and then we're going to start making real. But the problem is we're still somewhere around here, right? Like, well, here we're somewhere around here. So we still have a long, and this is the progress after. When did we start working on this? This was this time span is, I think we started working on this in January, and we're in September. So this time span right here is 9 months. So not sure it may actually be correct. You know, by the time we get here, that's another 9 months. So that's another 9 months. So this is like, you know, another 9 months, and then yet another 9 months. And then, so this is what, like 18, and then 27, 36, and then 45, 54. So 64 divided by, I mean, that's like 5 years, 5 to 6 years. So, yeah, you know, so 5 to 6 years, and 5 to 6 years is 2030. So, and that's by the time maybe we get to this point here. And then, so by 2030, we should start to see exponential progress, I think. There are a couple of factors that could expedite this. And those factors are me getting, I don't even want to say it because I feel like if I say it, I'm going to bring it about, and that scares me. But basically getting laid off would probably, because then I would probably just be streaming all the time. So, but we don't want that. I don't want that. Or what else? Maybe being single. That might be another thing, but I don't really want that either. So, but being single. So if I got laid off and I was single, then we would probably, then the graph would probably look, I'm going to do it in blue. So we'll do two graphs. So yeah, no. If I was laid off and single, it's probably going to look like this. We're probably going to get to this point much quicker. But yeah, somewhere around there. But we don't want that. We want to stick with this. We want to stick with this graph. We want to stick with this right here. That's what we want. That's what we want. All right, fellas. Well, it has been a fun time. Walk. He's not coming. Muan. Come here. You want to go on a walk? Come here. Come here. Come here, handsome boy. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Come here. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. I'm a big pain in the ass for my dad. Hi. Oh, I'm going to take this little fella out on a WALK, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to brush my teeth, and I'm going to get in bed. I am looking forward to bedtime. So, anyway, boys, it's been fun. I'll be back tomorrow night because, like I said, my wife's out of town. She gets back on Friday, so I'll probably will stream on Friday because I have a feeling she's going to be jet lagged, and I have a feeling she's going to go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like something. I just have a feeling she's going to go to bed at a ridiculous time. So anyway, I'll probably be back Friday. But what am I talking about? I'm going to be back tomorrow. It's Tuesday. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. Muan. No, you spelled it correctly, Matthew. Say hi, Matthew. Say hi. I'm going to go on a walk. Oh, isn't he so goddamn cute though? Oh, he's such. He's so goddamn cute. All right, fellas. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Until then, have a great evening. Goodbye. Bye.